I'd like to share a message with you and your family members. Well, really any other people whose well-being impacts your well-being. And actually, that could mean just about everyone in one way or another. The message is a message of hope. But really, it's more about our hopes not being dashed and broken in the volatile times in which we live. This is a message of hope for the economic future that your children are growing into. Do you have a few minutes that we could talk about this? You may want to take notes. What I plan to say is written out in this email, but you're welcome to pause for a minute, get something to write with, get something to write on, in order to record the ways in which this message may apply to you and your plans and goals for your future. I'd like to start with the concept of change, the one sure constant in life. I love this quote by Galileo, who was a man who challenged traditional thinking and understanding of the universe itself. For in the sciences, the authority of thousands of opinions is not worth as much as one tiny spark of reason in an individual man. Besides, the modern observations deprive all former writers of any authority, since if they had seen what we see, they would have judged as we judge. Basically, Galileo advises us of the need for judging the things of our day with an open mind, to trust your own judgment, your own good judgment, and to not take bad advice just because it's conventional. This Hope Unbroken initiative was inspired in part by a modern-day challenger of conventional thinking, a talented and highly educated lady named Rebecca Walzer. As an example of change, Rebecca tells the story of Blockbuster, which was at one time a coast-to-coast player in the entertainment industry. They experienced change as the 21st century began and the internet exploded. The entertainment industry began to morph. Blockbuster was at a crossroads. An offer was made to Blockbuster for partnership with an entrepreneurial company called Netflix, who wanted to combine the inventory of Blockbuster with their growing network of online customers. Blockbuster denied the offer, believing themselves to be above change. They didn't believe changes would affect them in the long run. They believed their customers would be forever loyal. Blockbuster soon realized that their conventional thinking would not hold up, as Netflix took off and Blockbuster has become almost obsolete. Have you ever been in a Blockbuster situation? Have you ever relied on plans that didn't pan out in the way that you expected? Have you ever had your hope broken? Our economic future is currently in flux. Education, real estate, retirement, market volatility, taxes, job security, things are constantly changing. Prosperity is no longer a guarantee simply because you live in the great country of America. Things are different. A little bit on my story in all this. I made a decision to be part of a solution. That decision was made 6 years ago as I listened to a lecture, along with thousands of other people in an amphitheater. The speaker spoke of hope. He spoke of the human need for hope, which gives us so many good things, but how hope has patterns of leading to wrong ends and may sometimes lead to disaster. At that time, I had no idea what the solution to broken hope might be, but I knew that I was going to find a way to be part of the solution. So I'd like to introduce you to the 5 values of this Hope Unbroken initiative. If you visit the website linked below, you can get in-depth information and references for further study on these 5 values. Number 1, liquidity, meaning non-stagnant. Instead, maintaining freedom, choices, cash flow is king. Liquidity creates velocity. Number 2, usability. Learn how to have cycles that replenish and avoid wealth transfers that drain instead of replenish. Number 3, take control. Stop blaming. Stop thinking someone else's plan is your plan. Realize that if it's going to be, it's up to me. Create your own personal financial reserve. Number 4, create certainty. avoid risk, understand, and make use of guarantees. Number 5, enjoyment. Start now to develop long-term thinking. See the impact of your choices for the generations after you. Create legacy. So liquidity, use, control, certainty, and enjoyment. These are the 5 core values of Hope Unbroken. Our mission is to strengthen and empower families. The Hope Unbroken 5-step process you are welcome to begin at any time is outlined on the website with this link provided in the email. Step 1, identify the problem. A broken system means broken hope. So fill out the wealth analysis form. Step number 2, credibility and due diligence. We have webinars you can attend and some live trainings. We have references linked for further information, and we suggest you look at several of these sources. Step number 3, your personal plan of action. Every situation is somewhat different, and some parts of your plan may be preparation for other parts of the plan. We invite you to take a long-term view. Step number 4, implementation. Again, this looks different for each family or individual. The person that sent you this email can help you through this process. Step number 5 is twofold. First, setting up a system to stay on track, a follow-up system, and second, sharing the Hope Unbroken initiative with others that you care about. This Hope Unbroken initiative is fully funded. We want you in control of 100% of your assets. There is no charge for undergoing this process. The person who sent you this email is someone who cares enough about you to share possible solutions for your future. We hope you accept the invitation to join the Hope Unbroken initiative.